I'm Randy Altman with postPerspective. We're here at NAB 2015 with the people from Silverdraft. We've got Steve Bannerman and Amy Gile, and I was hoping that you guys could talk a little bit about your products, some supercomputing. What do you dig in, Steve? Why don't you tell us about Devil Demon and all of what it does?
Sure. So we're famous for the Devil and Demon supercomputing architectures. We have a few new products that we're announcing at the show here. So the first thing is our Generation 2 systems that are based on the new version 3 Intel processors, DDR4 RAM, Thunderbolt ready logic boards. But the real value add for us is how we sort of tune these things, right? And so we start with the supercomputing architecture in our Devil system, which is a really high-powered system that can handle up to 400 cores in a machine that'll fit under your desk. And the cores are connected into 12 nodes via InfiniBand. So there's virtually no latency between the cores. So you get really, really fast performance out of things like rendering for visual effects applications or 3D animation or things like that.
But it's not just for visual effects or 3D animation.
Any compute-intensive application, whether it's in the scientific and engineering space, whether it's the 3D space, VR is another greenfield opportunity. Right. Anything that's really compute-heavy is a perfect candidate for our Devil system. But we've also taken what we've learned in the supercomputer space and moved it down into the desktop architecture. So, desktop systems that are in, very small, compact form factors, either single processor or multi-processor systems that can deliver significantly faster performances at very, very competitive prices. So these sort of Gen 2 architectures have given us the opportunity to introduce two new products in that family as well. One is what we call the Compact Demon, which is a very small form factor with only 4 slots, but it's a very easy machine to carry around, and it basically gives us the same performance that we had in our Gen 1 system in half the footprint. And so it's still an incredibly fast system, but in half the footprint. And then the second system we're really excited about is our Extreme Gaming system. So this is a system that gives us significantly faster performance, but also for the gaming users gives them access to things like overclocking the system from right on the outside of the case, monitoring the CPU temperature, monitoring the bus speed and the bus multiples, all of these things that gamers really like to be able to do without having to get in and hack the BIOS at prices that are sort of $5,000-$6,000 kind of price range with NVIDIA graphics cards. And of course, all of our systems are powered by Micron components, which are one of the reasons why they're so fast. Micron RAM, Micron SSDs, and sort of we work very closely with the Micron guys to tune and optimize the systems to make them go faster than anybody else's systems, basically.
Now, Amy, why don't you just tell me a little bit about the background of Silverdraft and where it began and where it is now?
We've really evolved. We initially were focused mainly on the supercomputing aspect, but really taking supercomputing to the artist, really looking at the architecture of supercomputing with the artist's needs and how within the M&E space we can utilize and take advantage of supercomputing architecture. And so with that, scaled it down, as Steve was saying, down into the workstation format. Our architecture is based on the artist. Even though we're a hardware company, it's really about what are the artist's needs and how can we design these systems to meet the needs of the artist, their pain threshold. So we look at the software and what the artist is doing, and then we use our architecture and design our hardware for that specific task that they're doing.
Now you have some demos at the booth.
We do.
So what products are going to be shown, and can you talk a bit?
So some of the things that we're doing in the booth, for instance, on our Compact Demon, we're showing debayering and playback of 6K Dragon footage in real time with only 8 cores and 1 GPU. And so, again, no need for a Red Rocket X card, no need for multiple GPUs to do this in a very inexpensive form factor. So that's one thing that we're showing. We're also showing our Devil system rendering some nuke files really fast, which is always fun to watch.
Sure.
But we also have some VR footage for the Oculus Rift playing back on our new gaming system with the headset. And you can actually, in Scratch, which is the application we're playing it back in, you can color correct in real time while you're watching the footage go around. It's really, really interesting. It's an amazing, powerful tool for DI artists and color correction artists.
Fantastic. Well, thank you guys. I know it's a busy, crazy show. I appreciate you taking the time and coming to visit.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you so much.